Lambeau Field stands as a testament to football history. It's a place where legends have played, and the echoes of past victories still linger in the air. Just being able to step foot on that field brings a rush of memories and emotions for anyone who's been part of the game, especially for those like Travis Kelce who remember the unique architecture and the journey through the surrounding neighborhoods that sets this stadium apart from anywhere else in the league. It creates an atmosphere that is both electric and intimate, as fans pour in with an intensity that only deepens the Packers' home field advantage. For Travis, every trip there is a reminder of those wild, roaring crowds that make every play feel amplified and every moment count even more. So when he gets the chance to play under those lights, he's filled with anticipation and excitement, knowing the challenge and the history that awaits. Coming off a tough stretch before, the Chiefs finally found some rhythm in the second half against the Raiders, managing to shake off the penalties and turnovers that had been haunting them, things the team had been harping on in every meeting and every practice. It paid off as they started to move the ball cleanly, flying down the field without the usual setbacks, keeping possession, and ultimately punching it into the end zone. There was a feeling of progress that everyone could sense, and that brought a fresh energy to the entire squad. Travis looks around and sees an offense that's slowly climbing, improving day by day, with every player starting to get in sync, roles being defined, and a sense of urgency and responsibility growing as each person is asked to step up and do more. There's no more talk about being patient or waiting for things to click. It's now or never, and everyone knows it. They feel the push not just during the games, but also in practices, in the locker room, and even in the way they carry themselves, as the awareness of what this team is capable of fuels the daily grind and the pursuit of greatness. Subscribe for more inside stories and updates. In the last couple of games, Travis found himself lined up in the backfield more often, sometimes taking on the role of a lead blocker, a shift that's less about personal preference and more about doing whatever Coach Reid and the team needs. Whether that means getting mixed up in the run game, catching passes, or just providing a spark wherever he's placed, at the end of the day, he's there to contribute however possible. That flexibility is something he's always embraced, never shying away from a challenge or a new responsibility. Managing his own snap count has become more important as his career progresses, especially in his 11th year, with injuries and fatigue playing a bigger role. But for Travis, the only reason he'll ever come off the field is sheer exhaustion or after a particularly hard hit. Never because he's counting his plays or worried about stats. His main focus remains helping the team in whatever way he can, trusting the coaches and the game plan, and putting the team's needs above his own desire to be on the field every single snap. Coach Andy Reid talked about Rashee Rice becoming more Patrick-friendly, a term that means running routes and making plays in ways that suit Patrick Mahomes' unique style and preferences, something that takes time to develop in this offense, which is always evolving, always growing, with new wrinkles and adjustments being added all the time. The chemistry comes not just from repetition, but from understanding the nuances of what makes the system work, learning from past routes, and adapting to new concepts. As the reps pile up, players start to build that unspoken connection that lets them anticipate each other's moves, making the whole machine run smoother and more efficiently. Travis has caught a pass in every game he's played except his very first one, a night he remembers for playing just one snap on special teams during a blocked field goal. That play sticks in his memory not for the action, but for the uncertainty and the quick decision to switch sides with teammate Sean McGrath, all while dealing with a shaky left knee and a sense that the block was coming right where he was supposed to be. A small but telling moment from his early days that illustrates how quickly things can change and how every snap, no matter how minor, leaves its mark. When asked about Rashee Rice's ceiling, Travis doesn't hesitate. He sees a potential number. One receiver, not just for the Chiefs, but for the whole league. A player with the versatility to line up inside or outside, strong hands, and the ability to make things happen after the catch. He's the kind of talent that makes playing alongside him exciting because his role keeps expanding, his confidence growing with each game, and every week seems to bring a new challenge that he rises to meet. A trajectory that promises even bigger things ahead. As far as advice for Rashee, Travis keeps it simple. Keep growing, stay receptive, and be a sponge. Absorb everything from Patrick Mahomes and Coach Reed, because being Patrick-friendly isn't just about running routes. It's about listening, adapting, and finding ways to fit into the ever-changing scheme. Pick up on cues from the quarterback, understand where to be against different coverages, and always be ready to take on more responsibility as trust builds and opportunities arise. Subscribe now for more exclusive player perspectives. Turning to the run game, Travis talks about how Isaiah Pacheco has become a driving force, playing with a relentless energy that makes everyone want to block for him, pushing the whole offense forward. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Jerick McKinnon also contributing, there's a sense that whoever lines up in the backfield is ready to make the most of every carry, thanks in part to an offensive line that's developed a tough, aggressive mentality, setting the tone every week and opening up lanes that keep the ground game humming. That, in turn, takes pressure off the passing attack and creates a more balanced, unpredictable offense. The game against the Eagles saw Travis play almost every snap, but against the Raiders, his workload was dialed back a bit. A conscious decision to manage the wear and tear that comes with so many years in the league, especially as the season drags on and the physical demands add up. Even so, he's always ready to jump back in whenever needed, never letting competitiveness wane or losing sight of the bigger picture, which is about being at his best when the team needs him most. Looking back on that first game, Travis laughs at the memory of thinking it was against the Cowboys when it was actually the Giants, a small detail that speaks to how quickly the games can blur together. But the lessons and the experiences stick, shaping the player and the leader he's become, and giving him a unique perspective to share with younger teammates who are just starting out on their own journeys. With each passing week, the team's sense of urgency grows, the goals become clearer, and the drive to turn potential into results intensifies, creating an environment where everyone is expected to contribute, to adapt, and to push themselves beyond what they thought possible, all in pursuit of the ultimate prize. The coaching staff continues to tweak the game plan, finding new ways to utilize the talent on the roster, mixing up formations and personnel to keep defenses guessing and to maximize every player's strengths. It's a process that requires trust, communication, and a willingness to embrace change, even when it means stepping out of comfort zones or taking on unfamiliar roles. The culture in the locker room reflects this mindset, with veterans like Travis setting the tone, showing the younger guys what it means to prepare, to compete, and to put the team first, while also making sure that everyone feels valued and supported, no matter their role or experience level. As the season progresses, the challenges only get tougher, the stakes higher, and the margin for error smaller. That's what makes the journey worthwhile, what fuels the long hours of preparation, the sacrifices, and the relentless pursuit of perfection that defines championship teams. Every practice becomes an opportunity to sharpen skills, to build chemistry, and to lay the groundwork for those moments when the game is on the line and the lights are the brightest. Each player draws on their own experiences, their own setbacks, and triumphs, to find the extra gear that separates good from great. The bond between players and coaches deepens as they navigate the highs and lows together, celebrating the victories and learning from the defeats, always keeping their eyes on the bigger picture and the goals they set for themselves at the start of the season.